Welcome back to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan. And today, making his triumphant return, and he is the only franchise salesperson to be on the show twice, is my good friend. And if you know me, you know there's not a thing I would change out of my past, good, bad, or indifferent. But if I could have gone to high school with Michael Marquez, also known as Quez, and college, I don't think either one of us would have made it out alive, but we would have certainly had some fun. Michael Marquez, Regional Vice President of Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. How are you, my friend? Welcome back.
I am great, Craig, and I probably agree with you. I'm not sure. We'd have been in detention a few times, but we'd also have been on stage a few times, so who knows which is better. But we'd had fun.
Exactly. How's the family? How are you guys?
Everything is great. You know, I got a son at one of our competitors. I won't mention their names. He's a franchise sales guy, doing great. Wife is just getting into real estate after the kids are all grown, and I got a daughter in law school, and my youngest son's playing college football. So at UNC Wyoming. So we're all. I'm living the dream, Craig. I really am.
Nice. Good for you. All right, Michael. Let's jump right into this. What's going on at Wyndham Hotels and Resorts? Tell us about your brands. Tell us about your team, please.
Well, you know, Wyndham was sort of built for this. If there is somebody that was really built for this pandemic that we've gone through, we've got a lot of drive-to business, a lot of leisure and corporate drive-to business, and so the business travel certainly dropped off. But we've done really well. We did some pretty big deals. We did a deal in San Francisco, high-rise downtown San Francisco. We just closed at the end of January. It should be opening really any day now. It's the Bay Hotel. It's 396 room, big high-rise. Just went through a multi-million-dollar renovation. Beautiful hotel. It's BEI after Beijing. They're from Beijing, the group, and they actually did a soft brand. They did a trademark hotel with us, which people are becoming more and more familiar with soft brands. But that was really a strong deal that we did really right in the middle of all this stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing. You got a big deal done here in California, 400 plus keys, soft brand. Let's talk about that soft brand. Would you tell the audience and me about the soft brands and the benefits of those, please?
Sure. Soft brands are relatively new. We've been doing the soft brand thing for 10 or 12 years now. It's really sort of taken hold. But soft branding is branding. It's being part of the Wyndham family. It's you're tethered to all of the dozens and dozens of websites and places that are providing the jumping into the river. All these streams go in that we want to catch. And so some people don't want to change their name. They have an established name. They like the name. They like the independence. They don't want to maybe commercialize their hotel. So everything else is exactly the same, but they are part of the Wyndham family of hotels, 9,300 hotels, and so they get to tie into our reservation system. They get to all of our strategies to create more and more direct bookings and wean people off of those OTAs. Those OTAs we want to keep tied to us. They are a non-loyal guest, and we try every time. We got 9,300 hotels, and at the front desk, we're all training all of these front desk people. Listen, when you see a reservation come through Expedia or Travelocity, we explain to them that Wyndham.com is the cheapest way to go, and it's the best way to rewards to Wyndham Rewards. And so, one customer at a time, we can wean them to our direct bookings, which is what independents really want. Some independents, they have a name that maybe has negative equity, but most of the time, if they want a soft brand, there's positive equity to that name, and they want to keep that name. So there's lower fees, buying power, those kind of things, but they're all part of that with a soft brand.
And I think that was brilliant on your guys' part and various other companies to do these soft brands and pull in that independent hotelier that maybe just doesn't feel comfortable in your hard or full branded hotel. It certainly gives you opportunities on the development side, one to get that soft brand in and hopefully get them to try one of the other many parts of your family of brands, when they're doing a new deal ground up or whether they're buying something and converting it. So And correct me if I'm wrong, you and your team are going to be seeing a lot more brand conversions over the next 12, 24 months.
I think so. I think that just to dovetail off what you said, there are markets like Telluride, Colorado, for example. They don't allow franchises. If you were to Telluride, Colorado, I think Ridgeway, about 40 minutes away, is a Super 8, but fast food, quick serve, all that stuff, they don't allow any franchises because they have this sort of boutique feel to it. Some customers just don't want sameness. And franchising, since I've been at almost 30 years, it's about sameness. It's about consistency and sameness. Soft branding lets it be not same. Now, same service levels, same amenity requirements, actually higher service levels probably, but it gives them that independent feel. So yeah, and then to answer your second question, the conversion game, I think it's going to be pretty robust. We have all been through the same thing. Like I said at the beginning, Wyndham was sort of built for this. But we all hurt, we all suffered. But most of the limited service product that we have, you can break even 35, 40% occupancy, at least pay the bills. Yeah. So we 98% of our hotels stayed open, but there is a pent up demand in transactions. Right. Buy, sell stuff for us is important because the franchise decision is up in the air. I think that's going to come storming back. I think buyers and sellers are getting closer. Now we've got to get banks a little closer. Banks still are extending and kicking the can down the road a little bit, but eventually they're either going to say, let's get this caught up, or let's take the asset over through REO, and then there'll be some conversions there. But the conversion side of it is going to be, I think, pretty robust. Second half of this year and in 22, I think we're going to see a lot of deals.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michael will be at CLIC 5 live and in person on our brand panel. And it's also a great place to meet some lenders that are doing hospitality loans. Now, most of those lenders that are going to be there, Michael, I'm in regular contact with. Some of the banks you already know, some of them you don't. But you know what? One of the major California banks that participates with us still doing loans. Providing the sponsorship is being honest. They've usually got multiple assets that they've done loans with, and they understand. So they're doing loan mods, they're doing extensions. Some cases they're actually doing full-blown refinances. Mm-hmm. So, I think there's a lot of positivity out there on the community and the national banking side. The one that scares me, and I think you've got the same opinion, and please correct me if I'm wrong, are the CMBS loans. We just don't know what's going to happen there. And we know that those loans pay a vital part of commercial real estate nationally and internationally. So
I agree.
Yeah, I think they're going to.
I agree, Craig. And the CMBS, it's a completely different set of rules with those loans. And so you don't have a board that can get creative and work with a borrower as much as CMBS. It's a bunch of stockholders, and they want their return. And so those are the ones that are a little more distressed, and we'll worry about those as we get there. But I'm pretty impressed. I've been at airports really through most of the pandemic. I still have traveled, but I've been at full airports lately. There's no more center seats open. And I after a year of this, people want human connection, Craig. They want to shake a guy's hand and show up for business and meet them in person. And so while Zoom is maybe a nice enhancement for what used to be conference calls, I don't think it's going to replace that human connection that we're in the hospitality business, right? And the hospitality business is reaching out and saying hello. So I'm pretty bullish. I'm pretty bullish on the future here.
Well, as we are out of time, unfortunately, Michael had a technical difficulty with his computer. So if you want to get a hold of Michael Marquez, Vice President, Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, you can reach him at area code 303-819-3032. And you can reach him at michael.marquez, MARQUEZ, at wyndham.com. I want to thank Michael for joining us today. We'll have him back another time. And remember, be kind, share your knowledge. Now go be amazing.